California. My wife's birthday. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Majestix Heroclix Podcast. If you like our content, please like and subscribe. It really helps us out. If you're interested in learning more about the Bronze Age format and the Majestic Open, please check out the Open Series website. Also, if you want to learn more about Heroclix strategies, tactics, and lists from the game's top players, please visit the Majestic Apex Insiders website. Lastly, if you're looking for Heroclix singles, please visit our eBay stores. All the links for everything I just talked about is below in the description. My name is Jeff, and as always, my co-host Patrick.
I'm back.
And again, we have another special guest, Aaron Cantu. Welcome back, my man.
What's up?
Good and again, welcome back to YouTube. Pat,
yeah, good to see you again,
last week.
Fucker. Happy Quarantine Monday.
Yeah, happy Quarantine Monday. Jesus. First, we got to get this. We got to start. Sorry, Jeff. You can just sit there and listen a little bit. But obviously, we watched the UFC 249.
249.
Oh, nice. I missed that one. Hang on, let me get to
Major takeaway.
I had.
Okay,
so,
main card.
So who I had? Okay, so
who you had?
So the picks actually. I messaged Corey because he asked me. So I don't know. I thought the Pettis one was a main card. So I had. Let me.
We can do Pettis. We can do Pettis main card instead of Hardy because that was garbage.
Yeah, I said it was Pettis, Ngannou, Cejudo, and Gaethje. Those were my 4 picks.
Oof.
And so I messaged him after. I was like 4 for 4.
That's pretty good.
But yeah. I might be biased because Gaethje's like my guy. So
I love Gaethje. I've been watching him.
Pick him like all the time.
Been watching them on Comcast Sports Network and all that, whatever World Series of Fighting was on.
Yeah, World Series of Fighting way back then. Even before that, they would show the highlights on Access. You remember when they used to have
Access? Yeah.
MMA, the MMA Hour, was it called MMA Hour with Boss Room?
MMA Heat. MMA Heat, I think it was.
Not MMA.
It was Boss Root and Kenny Rice.
Inside MMA.
Boss Root and Kenny Rice.
Yep. And they would go around him like, and here is original whatever.
And he was like on the double knockout
stuff like that, yeah. And he would be on there. I remember watching when on the MFC John Jones's first fight where he won and he started dancing.
Yeah.
And then little did you know, like, oh, he got on the UFC like shortly after. Yeah. But yeah, that's how far back it was. And then Access TV for some reason was like, I don't even know if that's still around, but I don't know if that channel's still a channel. Because it's not around anymore. But that was the only time you can watch like those regional shows.
Yeah. We used to watch like Bodog fights and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But on the beach.
Yeah. I watched Chael Sonnen win the Bodog Championship actually on DirecTV. So, yeah, I think so. Let's see. My picks for the main card were the caveat is right. It was 50-50 for the main event, right? Justin could catch him early, or Tony could out cardio him. That's what like the thoughts were for a lot.
Totally not
people.
Even. It's like not how it played.
Totally not what happened, but so I had Gaethje, but by a hair because I was thinking if he shows up patient or he catches him early, it could go either way, right? So I was like, I'll just go Gaethje. It's a coin toss, right? Whatever. Tony's dude.
He was still a 2-1 underdog.
Yeah. Well, for me, sure. But if you know what you're talking about, but the thing with Tony is, for me, he's a guy that like fights up to like out of his skill set. Just he guts through a lot of stuff. Like, I'm not saying he's not good, obviously, one of the best lightweights ever. But like, there's fights like the Lando Venata fight and stuff like that where he gets caught, and it's like just like what the fuck,
But but that was also like way back in the day, though, right? Like,
sure,
like years ago.
2-3 years ago. But I'm just saying, like, he seems to outperform what he should be doing. So I had him. I had Cruz. I thought Cruz would get it. Maybe that's bias, or I just don't like Cejudo, honestly. Yeah. Which is normally I like the USA Wrestling guys, but can't stand him. And then who else was there? Ngannou. I picked Ngannou. How do you not pick Ngannou?
Yeah, that was crazy.
And then
20 seconds, Jeff. That was a heavyweight fight. 20 seconds knockout.
Oh my God, it's scary.
That seems rather fast.
Yeah.
This guy's 262 pounds of just solid muscle,
And he's 6'5", I think. 6'5".
He's 6'5", and he has longer arms than like normal.
And he's not like a normal heavyweight. Like some of them are pretty pudgy at 260.
Yeah. No,
this guy is like a fucking
rocks. He should be in WWE.
WWE, yeah.
Does not sound fun to get hit.
Like Batista in his prime.
Right.
Batista in his prime, yeah.
I remember Batista, yeah.
I had picked Greg Hardy just because I had no idea who the other guy was. And then I actually thought Cowboy would win, and I thought he won the fight personally, but that was a good fight. It could have gone either way.
Yeah. So now it's gonna be, it's probably gonna be Khabib and him, but if the money's right, he's gonna be fighting Conor. That's what if the money's right. But I actually, I don't know, man, because everything's still like so up in the air because like they messed. It was supposed to be Tony and Khabib, right? And
I know they messed it all up because
now everything is like way off. You're like, shit.
He's like the John Fitch, right? Like John Fitch won 12 fights in a row before getting a title shot.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough.
You know what the difference? I think the main difference between them is nobody wanted to watch John Fitch fight because he was boring.
Well, because he didn't talk. Yeah, and he was
but he was just boring. He was just that's and Dana. Dana White. He does not like that shit. Unless Dana didn't him.
I remember Dana did an interview and he didn't even realize Fitch had won 12 fights in a row.
Yeah, see,
he goes, if I knew that, I would have pushed him for a title fight. But there was also he also wasn't playing ball for the uniform stuff. Yeah,
but Tony, like he's very exciting.
Yeah,
it's just obviously shit happens and they couldn't. 5 times they couldn't get this fight going.
So fight of the night for me was Price versus Luque 2, the rematch.
Yeah.
That was fight of the night for me, and I thought it would be because Nico Price is just an animal, and then Luque is just oh my god.
I feel like that guy has 4 elbows, man. He looks like he has like his shoulders are like elbows.
He's weird, right? He's really big.
Yeah, he's
like broad-shouldered. Yeah,
he's like a Marrow.
Alistair Smythe. With the
bones.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, dude, he's so bony. Yeah.
And then Calvin Kattar with the freaking elbow from hell.
Dude,
oh my god. Dude, when Stevens doesn't get knocked out often, right? I think it's happened maybe 1 or 2 other times. But like, dude, when he dropped, his eyes rolled back and his leg just folded sideways underneath him and then popped out like the crow cop after Gonzaga kicked him.
Yeah, the kick.
I was like, oh my god. That was so scary, dude.
Yeah, dude. It was flush too. It was like right.
Oh no, yeah.
It wasn't like you got some of the forehand, you got the back. No, it was just here, just
right here.
Bam, right on the nose. Boom.
Done. Yeah, like it was like right here, like right between cheek and nose, and just
boom,
lights out.
Okay.
Fucking nuts.
Well, that's it. So yeah. Do you think Cejudo is retired for real?
Yeah, I do because he did the same thing in wrestling.
Oh really?
Yeah. He won the Olympics and then was like, I'm done.
I feel like he's not. Because
I think he wants. I think he's gonna go WWE or something.
Well, because remember what he said.
He wants money.
This is what he said. That's what I'm saying. He said
if you put another 0.
Yeah. So.
But you know the UFC doesn't like being leveraged like that, right? Like
for sure. But I don't think he is. I think they're gonna come to an agreement where it might not be another 0, but close to it. I think he'll come back.
Do you think he sells enough tickets though? I don't.
I think he will because now
I think he's a good co-mainer.
No, but I think now because he's not only he's been winning, but like he's doing it like in pretty spectacular fashion, controversial or not.
I was like, did you think that was an early stoppage?
Yeah, it's probably, but I don't know.
I think it's tough because Dom's standing up, right? He's clearly standing up. And there's 2 seconds left, and I know time left shouldn't matter, but it kind of does. 2 seconds left in the round. I think you let it go. Either he gets put out, or like when the bell rings, if he can't stand on his own, then wave it off.
For sure. But I mean, I'm always it's the. Yeah, I mean, he said it too. He shouldn't have put himself in that position to begin with.
No, he ducked in.
So he's like, well then, fuck, you got me.
Yeah. Did you see what he said about the ref? That he smelled like cigarettes and booze?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know about that guy. I know you were like, I don't like this guy. And I was like, yeah, something's off about him. and then you hear that, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, no, for reals. Ugh.
I wonder
if
they're
1970s anymore, guys. Shit can't fly.
I wonder if they're gonna do anything about it. Right, like if they're gonna like investigate more.
You know what though? They should. I didn't even think about it. They should.
Dude.
They should drug test the refs night of.
That's a big deal if he's smelling like.
If he's just fucking blitzed,
if he's just hung over there, no way.
Like, dude, for the somebody's life is in your hands.
Yeah,
so literally.
So I was like,
yeah.
And he and it was funny, like how he said he was like, oh, yeah, you know, I smelled that, and you're like, okay, and you're like, wait, back up.
I'd have been like, no, fuck this. Dude.
Yeah. It was like, but like as if you're interviewing, you gotta be like, hold on, can you say that one more time?
Yeah, and it's what's funny too is like, dude, if you really thought that, it was quiet enough that you could hear people breathing. Yeah. Right? It's like, Dana, this guy smells like booze, you know?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that.
But they should drug test them the night of.
For sure.
For sure.
Or I mean, well, look, what if it's not drugs? Like, what if it's not drugs? What if he's just hungover? That's what he's saying.
No, you urine test it. You urine test it. That's fine.
Yeah, but
that won't show up urine test.
Oh, I'm okay. You mean drug test? No, I'm talking about like
alcohol.
He might not be on drugs. He just might be drunk.
Sure. No, okay, yeah, but that would show up on. I don't know, breathalyzer. I don't know.
I don't think they need. They could have easily just given a breathalyzer. Fine.
Yeah.
Just be like, okay, dude, you're like at.
There's got to be some accountability, right? Because like, imagine your paramedic driver shows up in his the driver's pool, but the dude in the side that takes care of you in the back is just blitzed, right? Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna die on the way there. So
that's why I think that's a pretty big deal if he's making this kind of thing, because like
he doesn't usually make excuses.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, this is I think that would be a bigger news than if they actually do like go. And you're gonna have. Oh, did I disappear, guys?
No, I still see you.
No.
Cool. And.
Oh, it's kind of frozen.
Oh, now you're frozen.
Should write down your timestamp for your
edit.
Yeah,
I am actually.
Makes it easier to edit.
Yeah.
He'll probably just have to leave call and come back. It should still record. Yeah, there he goes.
I kicked him out.
stop click is the last thing that makes her, I would say, borderline overpowered. I guess we'd have to get more data, but the early reports
Scroll down, Jeff. Scroll down.
Really strong.
Yeah. There you go.
So it's your standard stop click, but if she has any tradecraft tokens, she's going to heal that much.
That many clicks.
Back. Yeah, you're going to remove. Like, say she's 2, so she has 3 left. She'll heal 3.
And then she removes 3. She'll heal back 3.
Yeah.
And so she's like Coulson in that way.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And her stats are amazing, like really good, considering. Yeah. I think there should be some trade-off on this, but there's like no trade-off. She's got a 12-18.
I think
that's nuts.
I think if she was like maybe 6 clicks, then it's like, okay,
that's exactly what we're saying. Like, because at least there are ways to deal with 6 clicks. With 7 clicks is so hard because most characters have a 3 base damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they can never get to that. But I guess in a case where if you're gonna hit to the stop click anyway, you might as well just do 6 to get her to the stop click, because you can't do 7.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna stop anyway. But if you had a green arrow, it would be easier. Yeah. So you combine all of those like 4 things, and then by the way, she has Avengers Initiative, so she ignores hindering on movement, she ignores hindering on shooting, and she ignores elevated on movement. Okay, so they just added all these things. She has, she has precision strike, charge, running shot, pen blast, 18 reflexes. It's just really, really hard to fight.
Yeah, and she has traded stealth.
Yeah, and the fact that she's only all this for 100 points makes it very, very potent to just splash onto teams. Meaning you don't have to play an Avengers team to utilize this. You can just throw it on.
So what you're saying is that it's a good thing I fooled her.
Yeah. Dude. This is, okay, you could just look at the results from the last couple weeks, right, Jeff? If you want to look, we want to bring up some of the...
Pull that shit up, Jeff.
Yeah. We call you Young Jeff now.
Young Jeff. Pull that shit up. Hey, real quick, though, I wanted to mention something that I heard in one of your previous shows. You talked about how, was it the 001 says you can't use improved abilities, right?
Yeah.
And
the Avengers Initiative is actually that now. Before it used to just be, used to just be worded, you just ignore effects of hindering terrain.
Yeah, but now it actually has the...
Now they add shadow. So so it even stops that.
Okay.
So there's Black Widow, obviously from Joe's winning team.
Mm-hmm. This is from last Thursday.
The Unlimited, there's another Black Widow that won, and then last week, Jesse won with Black Widow.
On Sunday, so that was his team. So I'll scroll up to this week. Here we go.
Yeah, so one with this, and then basically it's the same team that Jesse won the week before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if you look at some of the teams in here, there's Black Widow. There's like 3 Black Widows on that second pod.
Yeah. Dustin, Corey.
Yeah,
and
Steve. And Steve and Dustin were playing for first. I think if any one of these Black Widows was in the first one, I don't think Matt wins. He knows he can't win that one because he faced off against Jesse the week before, and Darkseid died in like 2 turns, I think.
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
So how does that happen? What's the line of play for that?
So look at
So if you look at the team, like you have Medusa who drops the hair.
Jamie, Young Jeff, pull up Darkseid, please.
Yeah, bring up Darkseid real quick.
Darkseid.
Okay. So he has traded what? He has traded Mastermind?
Mastermind?
Which he's not going to have. From click 2 through 7. Oh, okay, so from click 2 on, he has no reducers whatsoever.
Yeah, just Mastermind.
So all you need to do is do one
when he
click
gets
of damage.
widowed.
Yeah, if you Black Widow this, and then let's say you hit one time with Medusa's hair.
Mm-hmm.
Get someone that click. Now that means Captain Marvel can come in and hyper for 4, drop off a Chewie, perplex down, flurry blades, and then kill you.
But doesn't Black Widow have to choose between Mastermind and Impervious?
No, it's any powers that are not printed on the dial you cannot use.
Yes. So bring up the Black Widow. You might as well put it on your.
I'll add both of them to the build.
Yeah. So Black Widow. So this is why she's insane. Number 17.
Yeah.
Because she just can't. You just can't do anything about it if you have traits. So yeah, read that part again.
I misread it.
Yeah. I see it.
Standard power. So
yeah,
the traded Mastermind is null, and then the special power of Imperv is null. So you have 1 invincible, and that's it. And with the way that Black Widow's worded, you actually, I don't know if there is anything in the game that stops you from just getting wailed on like that, right? Because I guess the only thing you could do might be Amelia Vaught, because she says if they take 3 or more, they could be given 2 tokens. They only take 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that's a temporary. That's just a temp. But okay, now the problem with that is you're double tokening your dark side. A second attack can still hit him past that. Then he clears. Then he's chosen again, and then he gets wailed on again.
Yeah, there's nothing stopping you from doing it again.
Yeah, there's nothing to do it again.
5 trade craft tokens.
It also means that like if there's any kind of poison or anything like that, you're just dead.
Or when he's at the 17, hit him for 5.
Yeah.
You don't need to perplex attack.
and then for funnies, you can throw like Dario Agger on your team.
Oh yeah.
And say no quintessence, and then I just outweigh everything I want.
Yeah. So if you want to like really mess with them, yeah. So
like if you just want to hate.
Kill him with the if you do the Dario and you're like you have no invincible.
Good game.
Yeah, you're just dead.
Poison.
Yeah.
Dropping poison.
So I think she's getting up there. Let's go back to Joe's team. Because he has it's really potent if you it looks pretty simple. It's actually pretty straightforward, right? It's just 4 it's Black Widow, Captain Marvel, Thor.
Yeah.
With that stop click,
and
she's good, Girl. And then Giant Girl. But then the Red Battery, when you combine the Red Battery with the Black Widow, he's getting through all kinds of reducers that aren't showing.
Yeah.
Whether it's like an Ion Invincible, or if someone has Phoenix Force and they have the Colossus Fragment, like oh man, they could just go right through that.
Yeah. So there's.
Well, it does anyways, right?
Oh yeah, right. It does, but I mean, like afterwards, they could just hit.
Yeah.
And then they just have nothing.
What could someone play to prevent the? So you need invincible, right? So what's a good invincible piece do you think would stand up to these?
I don't even think it needs to be that. I think you'd have to play something like Jesse's team with the Cosmic. You need to have multiple avenues of attack. Like when I say multiple, it's got to be like 3, 4, 5, whatever. Because Black Widow can only pick 1 character. So if you have, I don't know.
So you're thinking maybe like a swarm team?
Yeah, it has to be like, that's why Jesse's team is a pseudo swarm team, right? Yeah. He's got Seals, he's got Walking Woods, he's got Dark Phoenix, he's got Groot, he's got Mangog, he's got Ultron to call in.
Mm-hmm.
He's got even Q can port over and call somebody and whatever.
Yeah, he's got answers for things.
So
multiple answers.
If Black Widow picks somebody, cool, because the person she's picking on that team is like 30 points. Who cares? So she's gonna waste a tradecraft token on a 30-point guy. Fine, like if I'm the Cosmic player, fine, perfect, cool. That's 1 less click for you to heal, and now I get to have my other 30-point guy attack you. Yeah, so I think it would have to be something like that. PJ had for regular bronze, it might not be as good, but PJ had a good idea if you're playing Ant Swarms, because they can latch onto Black Widow and just poison her.
Yeah,
because she doesn't have reducers. Obviously, in this format, she can be given an equipment or.
Yeah, I think the thing too about her is like that when she can also call in the character that just poisons, and then you just kill a 30-point colossal, right? Like, it's like I'll just take that 30 points without rolling dice. and then I'll still do my other stuff.
Yep, because it's free for her. So that's
it's a different free.
Yeah,
that's why you got to have multiple ways, because if they do it for 30 points, then it's just going to trigger another Colossal Retaliator.
Yes. Right, but you can still shoot or what that. So that character comes, you bring it in, it poisons, then like it literally can shoot another character.
It can. Okay, now here's the thing. See, this is why I had this whole thing with Justin. There's a thing called real playing and theoretical.
Of course.
Because when he applied it, it didn't work. Because what happened was, I went first playing Jesse's team, and I literally just moved 2 guys up and passed. He can't do anything. If you attack the guy that moved up, you're gonna get retaliated.
Right.
If you don't, then you're gonna get bat signaled and then get killed because the Dark Phoenix is gonna heal. So it has to be a team like that where it has to go first, because if not, the Black Widow team will just go first and then just get you, right? Because they can get all the way across the map.
Yeah. They have pretty far reach.
Yeah, it's like super, especially if you're playing a version that has like a Voyager
or Coulson.
Yeah, they can just move like, I don't know, 12 squares.
Yeah, and Coulson doesn't reduce, so it's...
Yeah, so...
and it's not phasing, it's flying.
Yeah, I think... obviously in Bronze Age there's way more answers. But, I guess you want to... I guess we're going to talk about this now because, Jeff, you wanted to talk about Justin's team while we're talking about it right now?
Yeah, I'll bring it up. Yeah, so this is one of the...
2-1.
Yeah, wrong one. There we go. Justin Harrington. We'll zoom that in a bit before I slide it over. Alrighty, that didn't help much. All right, so sorry about the blurriness. So it's Black Widow. Black Widow, Phil Coulson from Captain Marvel, the Rare. Ultron Phalanx, Steve Rogers. It's a +4 Avengers, obviously. Steve Rogers is bringing on the Ultron Phalanx. And yeah, he was relatively successful with the team. He went 2-1. Who did he lose against?
He lost to Zach and the Doc Ock team.
That
so what do you think about that?
More alpha strike.
You think Doc Ock can handle something like this? I feel like he can.
I think it's got enough attacks and it hits close. It's got outwit. What's Steve's exact team? Or Alan's? Who was it?
Zach? It's an overdrive Doc Ock team. It's an overdrive Zach.
So I actually worked with Zach a little bit on his team. He had sent it over to me. I made a few suggestions about it, and just like, for lines of play and stuff. And then I was telling him bring up. Scroll down. His sideline. His sideline is actually super important.
Yeah.
If you're looking at his sideline here, so you notice there's an overdrive on the sideline, right?
Yeah, it's for the object. It's for
the object. It's for like Mr. Nobody or whatever.
Yep. Yeah.
And then so you still get an overdrive. You still get a charged up bystander.
Yeah, we saw that was very smart.
Yeah, and so that was one suggestion. He went with the Zatanna for the ID card, right? So super cool. But if you just look, he's got enough stuff where he can get really far. So he calls in Zatanna to give the charged up phasing.
And he can get anywhere.
And then he can get anywhere.
He used that against Justin to beat him.
That's how he beat him.
Yeah, it was smart.
Yeah. So he said, he made a couple mistakes in placement and stuff. So the fact that he recognizes he made mistakes and then lost tells me that I do think it can beat that team. And I think it can consistently beat it.
Yeah, I think you should stick with it. It's a good team.
I do easily do it.
I do question the resource. I don't have a better suggestion. So, but I just it's weird, right? Because it's tough. Like I remember Jake won WonderCon
with the Lydia
with the Lydia power plant, right? And power plant's really made for like ranged combat.
Fight them,
yeah,
but yeah.
Yeah, that would have been fucking funny, but like if you think about it, like everything's having to do with range.
Right.
So it's kind of like he's just using it to burn.
Yep.
And make get +1s.
+1s. That's exactly it.
Yeah, but it kind of he already has a lot of outwit on the team, I think. But
no, it's only 2. It's only 1 actually.
Oh, Doc Ock. But it's like, Doc Ock doesn't get a damage boost either.
No,
so you're just getting a +1 attack.
Yep.
So I'm like, I don't know. There's got to be a better.
What would be a better one then?
Can you get
the only thing
Phoenix?
is it's cheap. It's cheap. So like Karen Page maybe.
Phoenix Force 20 points on the +1 attack click with the charge.
So you think? So the only way that there's
the thing is the ID characters can burn a ring.
Yeah, that's another thing. So what Doc Ock does, actually, what he did, and it's actually really good if you play against the right team and you outwit the right thing, is he puts impact beam on him. So if you get somebody up against a wall, they're just dead.
Yeah, it's just
because you just like impact beam them. I'm gonna outwit your reflexes. Boom, impact beam, impact beam, impact beam. When you're flurrying, so it's like 4 attacks. And I think that's what he did to get around Black Widow's stuff.
Yeah, I saw him use impact beam.
That's how he's doing the extra damage. If you want to break that down.
Yeah.
The really hard thing about this team too, though, and from my experience playing Doc Ock, is that when there's reducers you can't outwit, it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks to go with.
You know what goes well with Doc Ock then?
Black Widow. Yeah. I don't think Captain America needed to be on the team, to be honest. Like it's on there for an extra alpha, right? Or like
extra +3 move.
That's when it's a +3 move too.
Yeah, and perplex, right? I think.
And he can call in an something
after. No, that's what I'm saying. It's on there for an extra,
or just attack.
Yeah, it's on there for an extra alpha, right? Like you go across the map, then you alpha strike, which is fine. But there's other ways to do it, like Medusa, for example, and you already have charged.
But I think what he wants to do is he wants to get across the map in one turn, and you can't do that without without cap, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because they can only the +3 gets you to the starting.
You can, but like your ID columns are different. I think it's like manifold you have to use.
You'd have to give like a +3.
Or
that
flash.
Kind of +3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing, it sucks if you do that. Okay, yeah, you're right. If you do that and you take out the Captain America, then that can work. Like if you drop Captain America, put like a manifold or a flash, and then get the +3, that could work too.
Yeah.
That means That means your Captain America be something else.
Yeah.
But you're at a disadvantage because you're not theme, and if you get taken to a map that he can't navigate through.
Well, you still have your other ID cards.
Well, either you're burning the manifold or the flash, or you're burning the Zatanna to move through the walls.
Oh, that's what he's saying is you can't get the +3 and phasing, whereas this iteration you get the +3 and phasing if it needs to get to that point, which it does in matches that are like labyrinth matches. Because dude, that was rough.
Yeah, I was playing Emilio, right? I think when we was playtesting against Emilio, he was having a hard time getting through the labyrinth, right?
Yeah.
When I was playing the double Zorgman team.
To answer the question, I do think it beats like a Black Widow team because it's got, like you talked about earlier, it has enough attackers. Has enough attackers, right?
It needs to be something like that. It really needs to just play an Alpha Strike team.
But if Black Widow
can get there first,
if Black Widow can get, so you don't have theme, right? And so if Black Widow can get in range before you can,
I don't think they can though.
I mean, it depends. But
so check it out. So okay, you're playing Black Widow, your theme. I'm playing this. What do you do on turn 1? Do you move or you pass?
I'd probably set something up. You don't ever just pass.
Okay, but what I'm saying is if you stay, you can't get across the map and kill me.
How far can you get?
This team can get full reach. It can get 17 squares or whatever.
Because of Jason, right? Because of Jason.
But also the overdrive, the sidestep plus 16 squares. Yeah. You drop them off in the front. That's 17 squares. The giant reach is 19. And if there's any kind of whatever else,
I think the thing is too. I think you're just kind of hoping this team loses to something else, right? Like
because that's what when they played Justin. So Justin had an option: stay back, and then he can't get across the map to kill something. Because if he stays back, and then the option you stay back, and Zach just pilots and sidesteps 2 squares. Because you stayed in your starting area, it's almost impossible to get across and hit.
Right.
So you have to move a little bit up. But if you move a little bit up, then the Doc Ock
can hit you.
Yeah, so those are the two options. So he opted for, I'm going to run up and see what happens. So he ran up, took the hits. He actually was still winning because Black Widow didn't die. And he on the counterattack, he killed something. But it's just the Zatanna phased all the way back and got to him. And
he didn't take into account the phasing.
Yeah, he didn't take into account the phasing part because he didn't have enough move unless you phased. But I think for sure a team like Doc Ock can do it. Like, you know what I was thinking? Even the Syndicate Doc Ock could do it, right? Because now they're +5 or +6.
Yeah, with higher attack values too.
Yeah, and you got multiple outwits because Kingpin is outwit, Doc Ock is outwit, and you have multiple perplexes because Chameleon and Mysterio have perplex.
Right.
And you have your sideline,
defense.
And you have the sideline of the Chameleon. So like, if there's anything you want, like one of the ones I was looking at was, you can actually turn him into Black Widow, the Prime.
Yeah.
And then if you have a problem with the defense, you just turn off that defense and just hit. So
super good.
I think that's something. If the meta is a bunch of Black Widows, then I think teams like Doc Ock, Sam Cap, Medusa. What else? I guess Captain Marvel would be one, right? Because you can carry her up and then she makes a chewy.
She just moves, like, she moves through and damages too.
Yeah. So I think that's something to look forward to, at least in Bronze Age. I think this is much harder to see in Limited. Oh my god.
Maybe everyone's just super excited that they're getting to play their new Black Widow chase. So
that they don't own.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So we'll go to Limited. Bam. All right. So we talked about the Dark Side a little bit with Lockjaw. The New Gods ATA, I think. Which Sidestep, right?
Dark Side?
Yeah. What was the New Gods ATA again? I forgot.
Young Jeff, pull that shit up.
Dang. I thought you guys should have all this knowledge. All right.
I do. I just want you to have it.
At the beginning of the game, for all friendly characters using this team ability, choose a keyword possessed by an opposing character. When a character using this team ability is within 4 squares of an opposing character with this keyword, it can use Sidestep. So that's great for 3 points.
It's almost like like the Runaways guys.
Yeah.
If they're within 4, they can use Sidestep.
Alex, yeah.
Oh, Alex, yeah. It's like a get out of jail free card, right? Like
3 points.
Basically.
Yeah. It's pretty good. And he gives him the space. He gives him the space gem so that he can carry Lockjaw with him, so that he's always gonna have that stupid mastermind with him.
Nice.
Yeah.
And nobody's playing Darwin, right?
Yeah, there are. Richard was playing Darwin.
Okay.
And Brian would play Darwin, except he didn't play it this week. Because Richard did, and Richard went 2-1.
Oh, okay.
With Darwin. So that's what the hate bears is. That's a magic term, but it's just all the hate stuff. He had like Darwin. He even had Ace, so you can't prob.
Fun.
Unless it's team prob.
Yeah, he's like, I'm playing a trolley team. I'm like,
and he had Nighthawk. So yeah.
I've done that.
It's pretty fun. Good. But yeah, so Steve played
Widow.
Get it again.
Yeah.
There it is. Team. Medusa, yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. Oh, Paul tried something new, or something that we've been talking about.
Vulture Avengers.
We haven't seen it, so it was
ever since Steve Rogers came out. I think we've only seen it one time.
We've seen a bunch of
one Vulture
Shield versions.
Well, this is limited, right? So it's a different animal altogether.
Yeah.
So
Hawkeye, Vulture, back.
Yep.
Dude, he even put in
Hawkeye.
Oh, Jesus.
Go up, scroll.
That's pretty good. There's no fat on this at all, right? It's like maximized to efficiency, because he even has the Black Widow that can shift focus. They can't shoot and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and Sharon. He's got the perplexes, got leaderships. He even got the super leadership with the Sharon Steve. It's got a retaliator.
Yeah.
And what are his objects? It's
octopus arms, canister, bat signal.
course.
What does Sharon do? What does Sharon do?
Yeah, you want to bring up Sharon?
Yeah, I believe it's a leadership, and when it's off,
she's actually really good on this team.
Outwit.
She's really good on this team.
See, am I right? Yep. Leadership, adjacent friendly characters named Captain America or Steve Rogers. She and those characters increase the result of leadership by 1.
So good.
And then Perplex.
Yeah.
And then they get Perplex.
Friendly Shield Keyword.
Shield. That's what it is.
Outwit.
And then they get Outwit. Wow.
Jeez, I know, right? That's
so, but
and
against opposing, so this is tough because against opposing Black Widows, right, that have the 001, then you got to go in with Vulture, right?
Yeah.
Anything else you can lead with Hawkeye.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this has like both ends covered.
Yeah. And what's interesting too, if we go back to the team, is it has no TK, right? Or unless Black Widow has it. I don't think she does.
No.
I don't think.
So normally on a team like this, normally you'd see some kind of telekinesis.
Yeah.
So, you know what it is?
It's
the bat signal.
Oh, okay.
I feel like you could use it as that. You could.
Yeah, you could.
Does it have a location bonus?
No.
No.
Not even playing the map, the seal map.
If you played Iceberg Lounge, you could put the bat signal up and then just signal.
Right.
Okay. Ooh.
So you're like, here's my free TK. Boom.
And your theme, right? So you
plus 6.
So for 5 points, that's actually pretty good.
You could drop. I mean, Octopus Arms kind of make the team, but you could drop them.
You have to.
You could drop Giant Girl. You could drop Giant Girl, honestly.
Or you change
plus
Black
5.
Widow into something else.
Well, my thoughts were that's what I was going to get into too. Is the Morphing Ant-Man. So then you can do the Hank Pym, the TKs, and then morph and change size on your Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Make him giant, and then that Ant-Man has Perplex.
And you're saving 25 points.
Yeah,
that's actually, dude. And then you're making ant swarms. Ugh.
Yeah. And they have Empower, right? So then
dude, that means Vulture can carry him.
Vulture hits harder.
Oh, snap, son.
Are the ant swarms tiny?
Some of them are.
Young Jeff.
But Vulture flies, so that's fine.
No, but they're standard size. Yeah, so you're fine.
Are they okay?
Carrying with Vulture? So,
dude,
that's. Oh, you know what? Actually, if you turn into Wasp,
put Hank Pym, Jeff.
They have flight and +3 moves, so they can actually carry.
And then look at the 201E. Boom.
Yeah, TK, dude. I like it.
Yeah. Look at Wasp.
I used to play a D20.
Wasp is really good with the new rules. With flight rules.
Guys. Which Wasp?
20 something.
206.
Yeah. Look at that one. Look what the ant swarms do. The ant swarms can use stealth, flight ability, and modify speed +3. So they can, and because they're standard size, right? They can carry your guys.
Yeah, the little ones. That's
because
good.
they're flight.
Oh, do they have flight? Oh, geez.
Yeah, it says
he gives them flight.
Oh, they give them flight. Oh my god, yeah.
And he's
+3
leadership too.
Yep, and +3, and they already have sidestep. So
all right, so we're dropping the Widow for this guy for sure.
Yeah, I think that's a really good.
That opens up 25 or 20 points because you use 5 points
20.
for the
location,
you
get 5 for the location. So you have 20.
Yeah.
So you just add Giant Girls or whatever. Now you're super. Now you're super duper themed.
Now you're super degenerate. So okay, that's I think that's a really good because PJ will actually
probably handle the Widow team.
Just make a better Widow team.
Well, it can beat Widow team though because you have enough Perplex to make sure Vulture hits.
Yeah,
and then you just got to get there.
Yeah. You
just got to be really smart with your bat signal.
Look up. So the other team I wanted to look at because there's a lot of Avengers love here. You look at the Bizarro team, but George. Look at this team. This is funky, man.
Is it the Slosh Bizarro?
Yes.
Love that piece. Of course, he hand wrote his.
Yes.
And George, that guy's like I love George, man. He's like a dinosaur.
Yeah, he does, man.
He's hilarious. Okay, so Bizarro with 5 tokens.
Yes.
Joker with 3 full dial. Despitalis.
5 tokens.
Split Lip, Dark Phoenix, and Leslie Tompkins. Okay. So 270, and then so I'm guessing he's got objects.
Yeah, let's see what he got down there for objects.
Exospecs.
Exospecs.
MOCs hammer.
Yeah. MOCs is what? Charge toughness and
I want to say plasticity. I think it's running shot though. Actually,
it's running shot if it's plasticity.
Yeah, plasticity running shot.
Yeah, and +2. Well, because Bizarro's got enough like close combat stuff already.
Yeah.
So then, but what? So plasticity locks down. Wait, go back up, Jeff. I gotta see. Yeah. So no, you're fine. I just gotta see back. I want to see the characters. Yeah. Oh, okay. So Mox goes on Joker then, probably.
I don't know. He did have Bizarro pick it up one game. Try to pick it up at least.
I mean, it goes either way, right?
Yeah,
because Bizarro picking whatever power.
What does Nightbringer do?
It's the stealth.
That's the stealth one.
Or it was the smoke cloud, right? For the paired it with Gardner, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. He's got Despo, Split Lip. Yeah. So the one thing he does here, Bizarro has an errata.
Right.
He can only add his
if he's healed through support.
Aurazeb tokens on support. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Before
it also caps him at 6.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Because you used to play him up to like what 250, right, or more?
No, 300.
300.
Jeez.
But more importantly, the thing is, if he were to lose tokens, he can get it back by any form of healing.
Yeah.
So
regen.
if you have like Steel Energy Flurry, he can get 2 tokens back.
They do like entity and have him carry like head pull.
Yep.
Because back then, like you could put the equipment on the tiny size.
Yep.
And then entity.
What is head pull? It's a figure from Deadpool, right?
Yeah, you have to hit him 3 times to kill him.
Okay.
But all you need to know is the entity, the white entity. It lets you heal an adjacent guy for 1.
For at the beginning of your turn or whatever.
Yeah, which means Bizarro is going to gain that token back.
No matter what.
So Leslie Tompkins is healing him because what I've seen him do is Bizarro, after he does his thing, he gets hit for a bit. Then he runs back to Leslie Tompkins and she starts healing him back up.
Yeah.
But he leaves Joker and Despo up there to fight. Good luck with that.
Despo's nasty, man. Despo's nasty.
Well, trying to chew through both of them. Yeah. Good luck.
His only loss was to Matt Esbrook because he just couldn't get around the mastermind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the poison does, right? You have to use the poison.
No, but he has invincible, so you can't poison. Darkseid has invincible.
Right. You have to hit him once and then poison.
Yeah.
After.
Yeah, but he has the thing is he has mastermind as a trait.
So
yeah, but
you
can't
not going to hit him off the invincible.
Can you? You can't what?
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Never mind. Okay,
yeah,
I get it. No,
you're going to hit him. He's going to mastermind it. You poison him. You can't poison him.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
So he'll just and in typical Matt Esbrook fashion, you're gonna get up close and cool. I'm gonna kill your Split Lip, and then I'm gonna phase way over to the side of the map.
Yeah, you have to basically get a pulse wave with Joker on Exospecs somehow.
Right.
Which is just like ugly to try and do.
Yeah, and that's actually what he does. He does put the Exospecs on Joker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I've seen him. He's just like, I'll pick poison. I'll pick pulse wave. I'll pick poison. I'll pick pulse wave. It just.
Yeah.
So
free damage. Shot. Free damage is free damage.
Yeah, and he would just not even running shot pulse. He'd just pulse while he's based with everybody.
Can I tell you the first regional I won? I played in the Swiss rounds against a 250-point Bizarro and a 30-point Despitalis, and it was the most annoying fucking shit ever.
Was it Jake?
No, it was some. I don't even remember. Some nobody nowadays. Well, I mean, I don't remember. This is years ago, but I do remember. So I went and I was like, I'm just gonna kill Despitalis as fast as possible with Super Scroll,
and just get.
And away. I did. No, I did, and then I brought him back and just used Despitalis to kill.
Oh, nice.
Bizarro. Yeah.
Nice.
So annoying.
So that Bizarro team is sort of like an undying team, kind of undying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's hard to get to Bizarro.
You're
the points
not
are very
giving up a lot of
minimal.
points.
You can still give up. You still give up points, which is
maybe.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
you can. You can give up
a soft
right.
target. Leslie's a soft target, right? Other than that, it's like, yeah, you're not giving up a lot of points.
Yeah, you're giving up max like 60, 70 points, I think.
Yeah. Despotalis can be one shot, but you have to hit the 20.
Yeah, that's. And split lip, you can kill, but you have to make it across.
You're going across the map. Yeah, you're going across the map.
Leslie and split lip stay together, which means you're probably not going to get them unless you run across.
Yeah.
Okay, so the format looks good right now, but I think we got to be more attentive to see how much people play Black Widow, because I know the people who come in the store that play online, they're just like, man, that Black Widow is really, it's just overbearing.
I don't think it's the problem necessarily of Black Widow. It's that she's so easily Avengers theme. You know what I mean?
But you can just play her. What I'm saying is, you could just play her on a team without.
No, yeah, for sure, but it's not as good, right? Because then you don't win map.
I don't think that's that big of a deal.
Really?
On a team like this, no, I don't. Because, like, look at Steve's team, right? It's +4.
I think in limited it's more impressive than Bronze Age because you have more answers.
Yes, that's yes. I that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
In limited, in bronze, I don't think it's that bad because there's so many things. But on the other hand, you just cannot play a tent pole in bronze. You have to throw away your Black Panthers.
I think Black Panther's kind of on his way out, anyways.
No, but people still try it because he's just like a one guy could play. Just like how people try Goblin King. They're just gonna, you know what? You're new, simple. Play this.
I can still play Nimrod.
Yeah, Nimrod's still fine.
You have to attack me. You have to.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you could. That would be. You know what? Someone should play it. Should play that. See if
I don't necessarily have. I mean, you have a lot of attacks. Don't get me wrong. You're probably gonna hit me, but you might not.
Yeah. You gotta. I think the key there is making sure he doesn't get outwitted.
Yeah. Well, that's why you gotta put the cosmic control rod, bud.
That's huge. If you're able to get that, then I think he might be the only viable one out of all of them because he actually has his powers on the dial.
Yeah, and his trait isn't the power, right? It's like I'm gonna roll like that.
Yeah.
Whatever
the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually he might be the only one. Yeah, I think he might be the only viable one. Just thinking about it right now.
Be fun to try.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It'd be funny. Aaron play next Sunday.
What's that?
No.
Aaron's gonna play next Sunday.
No, you can't play that. I don't think you could play that on. You have to play that in.
Thursday.
No, you can't play that on Sunday because you could play Cosmic Control at Split Lip.
Yeah, you can play that in limited. You just don't get the reroll on the from the blue battery.
Yeah. Ooh, let's go, Nimrod. Let's do it.
I'll see. I'll try and get Alyssa to do it.
Dude, that'll be a good one right there. Yeah, actually, that's one way to do it. Okay, so.
But you got to get Alyssa off the Black Widow train first, because she's riding that train too.
Yeah.
She'll do it.
So we're gonna do for the qualifier is we're gonna change it up because we see how some of these other places are running their events. They're doing it where you have like a week to do your rounds.
Yeah.
We're gonna do something like that.
Yeah. Instead of trying to cram it all in like 2-3 days.
It also allows for more people to jump in because if you're East Coast and you can't make it on our time, with this way you can actually make your plans.
Mm. And do you have information for the qualifier that young Jeff can pull up?
Not yet, but
not yet. Okay.
It's screen. It's you can just put up actually if you want to put up the qualifier points, Jeff.
There you go.
See what it is. the events. It'll be under events.
Oh.
Actually, oh no, it's not. It's not there yet. Sorry. Yeah, rankings go down. Yeah, you're right. Open series points. There you go. So it's going to be the qualifier events. So those are the main points for it. Mm-hmm. But we're on top of that because we can't do the 1K. We're going to give out top 8 maps, which is the new map, the lobby map.
Yes.
To top 8.
Cool.
So
have those come in yet?
They shipped out on Thursday. So
nice. Should be here soon.
Hopefully.
Wednesday.
Mail's been going a little slower.
Yeah, FedEx has been kind of iffy. So I could hit them up again and ask them like what the tracking number is.
Yeah, no rush.
They also told me that they've stopped their shipping to 2 times a week now since this whole shit happened.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
As opposed to like every other day.
Yeah, my UPS driver, just a tidbit, normally has about 80 to 90 stops.
Yeah.
Right? He had 253 today. Because people are ordering so much online.
See, and that's the
only way they can get stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, that's what I was telling Jeff, that why they can lose a 61-pound Home Depot box.
Yeah.
Because of that bullshit. Even though you're like, how are they losing the thing's heavy? It's huge.
It's like
they have that
crazy.
many. It can happen, I guess. That sucks because now like, you know, this is where I got the whole thing from Matty G, and now he's got to open a claim and everything, and like
bad.
I would rather have that than get my money back because there's a lot of good stuff in there.
Yeah.
Obviously he would too, because then like he's gonna have to get the money from the insurance from them, and then he's gonna give that to me. But now what ends up being is I get the money back, but Matt doesn't.
He
have
gets jack shit.
Yeah. So I was like, look, man, I'm like, I'll give you as much time as we can do it, but like at some point we're gonna have to close this deal because, you know, that's like a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Hopefully they find it. God, you know, obviously you'd be optimistic and thinking, oh, that's giant. It's a giant Home Depot box. Well, no, you're right, because it's a gigantic Home Depot box.
Yeah, I was like,
that's 61 pounds. It's not like, oh, it's slipped between the cracks. It's a gigantic box. There were 3 boxes in that shipment, and only 2 of them made it in. And when I asked the driver, I was like, there's supposed to be 3. He's like, I only have 2. I was like, okay, that's weird, because they all shipped together. How did one of them get left behind? And even if it did get left behind, they're going to be like, dude, this is a big box. Why is it still doing here? Let's get it out of here. And this is a month ago already.
Jeez. Like I said, knock on wood, man. Hopefully, you said they should know this week if they can find it. If not, fuck, dude.
Oh, it sucks because like he split up the cards and the figures.
Mm-hmm.
So I have like team base figures with the cards, but the team base, or I have the team bases with the cards, but the figures are in another box. And I have the Colossals all in one, but the cards for the Colossals are in another one. It's like that all over. So I'm like, dude, Matt, this is not going to work. I'm sorry.
You know, at the time it seemed like a good idea. I'm sure.
Yeah,
because
you
know, I keep all the cards
safe
and
as efficient as you can. But I also didn't realize that maybe we should have put everything in the boxes together so that it doesn't, if in case it gets split up, that each box is complete. But
going forward, I think we now know that.
Oh yeah, I know. Anyway, the qualifier, we're gonna. I think, Jeff, I think we should make it the first. I don't think we should make it the 7th. I think we should make it like that, like June 1st or something.
Okay.
Start off. So that, because if we're giving them extra time to make these, we can just start earlier because they're gonna have 5 days. They're switching.
Yeah, that should be fine.
So I think we're gonna do So it's gonna be $5 entry.
Mm-hmm.
Pods of 4. They're gonna do 3 rounds of Swiss, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna take the top 2 of each pod, and then we're gonna reseed them into separate pods, and then we're eventually gonna build it down to top 8.
Yeah.
Single elim.
Cool.
Depends on how many players we get. I think that's probably the most efficient. And you know what I think we should probably do is try to find out where these people are regionally, so we can group them together, so that an East Coast guy isn't playing a West Coast guy, and they have to sync their times 3 hours apart. You know.
Yeah.
I did the HIE tournaments back in the day, Heroclix International, as a judge, and I played in one. And dude,
I won one.
Yeah. Dude, it fucking sucks, man. You got, especially like when you got guys from other countries, right?
Right.
And they're like, it's like 10 hours difference, right? It's not even like 12 or, you know, like, it's like just weird times. It's like, come on, man, like, get it together, you know.
So I think that's a good way to, if you're in the East Coast and East Coast time, at least put them in that bracket.
And then it's kind of cool too because you kind of have like regional representation in the top 8. It's
that's a good.
Cool.
That's like a NCAA, baby.
Yeah,
kind of, right? Cool. Yeah, I think that might be the best way. Because right now, like when I'm in the Comic Cult one, and I had to play one of the guys, he's East Coast time, so we had to like sync it up where it's like 8 o'clock over there and it's like 5 o'clock over here. And I was like, okay, or like he can play until 10, so I could start at 7. I'm like, okay, cool. We had 7, he's 10. Yeah. Like, okay, let's do it. So,
but that was my thing with the Rock Online too, because a lot of them they're like, oh, we're gonna start at 6 o'clock Eastern time. Like, yeah, that's fucking cool. It's 3 o'clock here. What the fuck am I? You know,
like I'm barely getting off work.
Yeah, or
like I'm still working. Yeah.
Well, I get off early.
Yeah, or even if you do get off early, you're like, okay, I'm driving home.
Yeah. Or I gotta help my kids with their homework.
Yeah, or something. Yeah, exactly. So,
yeah, it is what it is.
Hopefully, you know, the $5 entry is and the maps.
It's a draw, man. It's a draw for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
once we get the maps, we'll start sharing it. It looks really cool.
Yeah, Corey's doing the map too, or the flyer for me, so it should look good when we get it up.
Very cool. Very cool.
So, all right, Aaron. Is it time?
All right. Yeah. Why not?
All right, go.
It's time, Jeff. We're gonna go way back.
Back in the time.
Back in the day.
Oh no.
And we're gonna talk a little bit of Heroclix history.
I see things spiraling into a whirlpool.
Oh, Jeff, you don't need to share this screen anymore.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
So, Pat, on my show, Pat and I were talking about some history of Heroclix, and we talked about Zach. Zach learns the game, and players like Dan Powell and like a few others. You know, they really, and you know the old heads like us. You know, but yeah,
students of the game.
Like one thing I said was Zach is now where Daniel was at a certain point, where like he's just learning everything he can about the game.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have a few. Yeah, it'll get you to the next level. So I have a few topics that we can talk about. So some of them are like Wizard World tournaments and early champions, the death and return of Heroclix. So I'll leave it to Jeff what we're going to talk about. The creation of Rock and early events. HC Realms creation and influence on the game, the West versus East rivalry, and early Heroclix teams and what they did to change the game.
All right.
What's first?
Let's go with the Realms.
The Realms creation. So, Pat, you were in Heroclix before I was. When I started Realms. So here's the interesting thing, though. So, not everybody had the internet, right?
Yeah, or at least fast connection.
Yeah, like I remember I would go to my cousin's house or my high school girlfriend's house to use their AOL to get on Realms to make trades.
You said AOL. You said AOL.
Yeah,
bro, I'm that old.
When they started, it was all part of like, because they had Mech Warrior and Mage Knight before that.
Yes. Yeah.
So they already had like, it was called MW Realms, and like MK Realms or something like that.
Mech Warrior, they were click, right? And
yeah,
they had like little robots on them.
Yes,
I remember this.
These were the Mage Knight and Mech Warrior are precursor to Heroclix. They took Warhammer and they said we're gonna pre-paint everything, and instead of having cards to look at everything and like rule books, we're going to put everything on the dial. And you're just going to have one reference sheet to see what powers do. That's it. And then, so that's what Mage Knight, because Mage Knight was basically Warhammer, and Mech Warrior was basically, Mech Warrior, because they had Battletech.
And then at the time too, Realms was like friendly, because it was like a way to connect, right? So
yeah, before people realized that, you could be anybody online and be dicks.
Before you be a troll.
So like here, right? This is a realm about Wizard World 2005, right?
There you are.
And it says, it's like I don't even remember who this is. Shazam 256. I don't know. It says thank you Nova71. That's my friend Richard. And the Atom for your coolness, conversation, and good play. Played some good games, thank you. And then he talked to Boneyard, and I remember Boneyard's like posted like, I'm gonna be at this con.
He was the spoilers guy.
Yeah, the Boneyard, right? And then so there's some early Realm stuff for you, and even myself. This was my first convention, and like I reached out and was like, can anybody walk me through what this stuff is, but yeah, like HC Realms was a lot of this. See Sun Tzu clan. So Sun Tzu clan was made it. I almost want to say Barnstable made it, way back when. But it was a clan devoted to team building and combat formations, and so that was the big thing, right? Combat formations and review. Yeah. If you remember the forums.
Yeah. Dude, people don't even post there anymore, right?
Dude, no, it's funny. And you know what's funny, dude, is I didn't think about it at the time, but like Adam and I have gone back and forth on Realms a number of times before we ever met. Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Jeff,
like about theory.
Adam can talk, man.
Intimidating.
Yeah, about like theory posting and stuff.
Yeah.
So let's see, strategy and tactics, right? Combat formations, discuss and review. This was the big one, right? Everybody, look how dead. This was, everything was Phil, right? And it was like, what do you think of this team? And it was mostly people like, oh, this team's so good or whatever, right? And then I remember for me, that's not where I went for my teams. Where I went for my teams was the rules forum, because the rules forum used to be on Realms. So I would go to the rules
where they actually had the official rules, right? Where the actual WizKids guys would post and they would like sticky up there, like these are the kind of like how they do on the WizKids forum, but they had it back then with that.
So they have it here still.
But this was their forum before they made their own.
Yeah,
yes,
this is
and it was like this. It was like locked like this that you see there, but it would be like NB Perp, who's Norm, and it would be like normal view, like that's another guy. Vlad the Impaler is another guy.
Yeah, and so Ed also was.
Yeah, this is Ed. Ed Levy.
Yeah, so then like I would go on here because you would find like weird ruling interactions, right? And then I'm like, oh, I can build around that, and that's where I would go to build my teams back then. So I don't know. There's some early stuff from Realms for me. Like I said, Pat was I got into Heroclix 2004. I don't know exactly how Realms started.
It wasn't that. It was like not even. It was exactly how you saw it. It wasn't like that. It wasn't. Not until when I saw it really get bad was when they came back from NECA. Like when NECA
bought it.
Bought it. I don't know what happened, but like everyone just.
This happened. This right here.
Yeah. Oh my God. When that happened, like the entire. I don't know what the attitude changed. Maybe it was just because the internet was just evolving from ways to just communicate with people to like actually voice your opinions. It went from that, right? It went from information gathering, reaching out to people and getting in touch with them, to now I can voice my opinion. Yeah. And the vocal minority became a thing, and that became a thing. And I was like, oh my God, that was about the same time that Facebook came around, started to take over. When it came around, Facebook started to take over
social trolls,
Facebook and then, groups.
And then Twitter came around right at the same time, and then everybody just like, oh, you mean I have my own platform? I could do this, and then that's when it got nuts, dude.
And now there's social justice to make you pay for it.
You'd see like 50 or 60-page threads of people fighting over stupid shit.
Yeah, no, Landers tells me how he goes on there and just argues with people. I'm like, all right,
but now it's like it's evolved from that to the forums to like Facebook.
Yeah,
but it's much faster, right?
You don't need to go in the air, but you can just go on Facebook because it's just your account now. You don't have to go to a separate forum. You're just on your Facebook now.
Yeah.
So
it was so hard too, because if it was a popular thread, right, then it's like you quote the guy and then you're like responding, but there's been like 18 responses in between, and so then your conversation looks like it just doesn't make any sense. So then you had people who wouldn't quote, and then you're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Who are you referring to? Oh, I'm referring to that guy. Oh, you mean 2 pages ago?
Yeah,
that guy. Like, oh, well, damn, dude, those 2 pages ago.
Not as efficient.
Dude, let me tell you a story real quick about Justino. Okay, Justin. God, I love him, but he is so he is like a tabula rasa. You can like form him however. He has like just an innocent anything, nothing about the internet, right? So so we're driving back, Aaron, when the first rock that we remember when you played Spiral Leech?
Yeah, in Vegas. That was Vegas.
Remember, me, Ryan, and Justin were there.
Uh-huh.
And we both played the team base.
I griefed Ryan hardcore.
Yeah, you did.
Team. Yeah.
And then we so on the way back, we're sitting in traffic, and Justin's like, okay, let me read some some forum stuff. And he has no idea really about the realms. He just goes there for unit section. It's like, hey, let's read something. He's like, okay, I want to read this stuff. So he starts to read all of these some topic, and he didn't know the internet lingo, like OP. Okay, capital O, capital P.
Yeah.
So we go. So
original poster, or overpowered. Yeah.
Or organized play.
Organized play. Yeah.
Right. So
he's saying OP
reading
figure.
it. So he's reading it, and the guy's quoting the OP, the original poster. So he's reading it. I don't know what this means. And it's like, oh, that means the original poster, original post. So it's like, okay, so he's reading original post. Okay, so he's reading it, and he's reading it out loud. And then so he gets to another one. Then he says, that piece is OP. And he goes, that piece is OP, original post. It doesn't make sense. So Ryan, like, oh, no. He's using it as a different context. Yeah. That means it's overpowered. It's like, oh, okay.
But that was a computer gaming term, right?
Right. Yeah. But but that's still the internet, right? Because you're reading of it. So he goes, okay, or overpowered. Okay, so he starts reading more and more, and then so he's going through. He's we're laughing because he's like, I don't know what this means, whatever. So then he gets to. So the month 2 OP is this, and then he goes, month or that doesn't make sense. That doesn't apply to you.
Month 2 overpowered.
And then he goes.
Month 2 original post.
He's like, it doesn't mean either. It's like, oh, there's a third one. That means organized play. And he's like, dude, how many of these are there? And he's like, and so we're just like, you just have to read it and kind of like get it as it goes along. But he's like, fuck this. He's like, what? I'm done. Because he's like, dude, you told me what it means. There's 2 letters and they mean 3 different things.
Yeah, and he gets fired up real quick too.
Yeah, and he's like, fuck it, he's done. So the whole time he's reading, and so he would go back and read, and he'd be like, so this one, what does he mean on this? And it was like that the whole ride. So that made the traffic ride home
much better, I'm sure.
Because we have to explain the internet to him the whole time.
Yeah. So how about the influence Realms had on the game, to finish that question? Because obviously unit section is big. We still use it, right?
Oh, well, it was.
If you ask Justin, he saved Heroclix with his website, his awesome website, right? I think that's literally his.
You mean Tony?
Or Tony, sorry. Justin. Yes. Justin's. But yeah, because that was like literally his signature.
Remember when it died and they had all of these companies trying to vie for it?
Yes.
And one of them was Pinata Games, which was the company that Zarin made.
Yes.
And Tony was like a consultant or whatever because he was using the realms to help get Justin to get control of it, whatever. Right. That's what he was saying. And then it just so happened that when they're like, okay, NECA bought it and we're going to hire you and your crew. Tony was part of that crew.
Nice.
Which is why all the official rulings were on the realms. They were like official. So if you saw an orange and he made a ruling, that's gospel.
That's it. But you could actually argue with them then, though.
You can.
You know what I mean?
But then there would be a separate forum like you saw there where it was locked off and it would say these are the rules.
This is the current ruling.
Yes.
But then there would be the rules question post.
Yes. Right? Yeah. Kind of like how it is now in the WizKids forums, how they have that. So they did it back then. But then what happened was I think
you should have seen Team Base's rulings.
Oh God! A bunch of people were just being assholes. And WizKids wanted to censor them, and Tony's like, no. So like, okay, fine, we're gonna leave and make our own, and that's what.
So if you, I don't know if you remember though, Pat. I'm sure you do. Before the rules were on Realms, they had their own.
Yeah, they did. Forum very crude. way.
It was like the dark web, bro.
Oh,
like,
dude. It was. I was
for real. It was like weird.
It was hard to navigate that thing because that was also how you found out who ran tournaments.
Yeah.
Was that same area? And you're like, dude, these. I don't know, man.
Because your judges, there was the judges forum, right? And then like you can only judges could post, but you had to actually take a test to become a judge, and you had to run a certain number of events every so often or whatever. And
this was in what 05 you said?
04, 05, yeah.
Because I was there before that, where they didn't have the test yet, but I knew that was coming because they were at the time, like as I was taking the break, they had a test. There was a test that they were giving out because they needed a new rules arbitrator.
Yeah.
So the guy, the original one was like Gandalf or something, Dr. Gandalf or something like that. Yeah. That was his name on the thing. But he was, and then the other guy was and then like Brother Magneto took over. I don't know. Those kind of guys. But they had but when they were like, their term was up or whatever, then they would take applications. But you had to take a test.
Yeah. So and you had to have a sponsor too.
Yes. You had to have a guy in there. Yeah.
I know because I think the guy's name was like Jim Monda. The first time I went to the event and it was the World, I met this guy and he told me he was a judge, and he got me hooked up to become a judge because, I started traveling to play. Not even like Wizard World was a one-time thing for me at the time, but I would go because I lived in like near Fresno, right? And then I would go to DJs in Hanford to go play. Carmel took me there the first time, and then I get there and I'm like, dude, the judge in Fresno doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, And it was this guy Alex at the time, and then I was like, well, I could do a better job. So then I, took the test and became a judge or whatever, And I did that honestly just so I could argue with him.
Nice. I'm a judge.
Yeah, I'm a judge. Fucker. Yeah. So it's funny.
Very cool.
There's other topics. Let's see.
So Realm saved Heroclix is what I got from that.
Yeah. Realm saved Heroclix, but it was everything. It was team reviews.
Well, no, like the connection, the forums, like just bringing everyone together. It was good.
Yeah,
and like the units.
Because WizKids didn't have their own site where you can go.
Yeah.
Do all this, you had to go somewhere, and that was the one.
And there was no social media either, really.
Right.
Yeah, like you said, because this happened before Facebook. So it was a great platform to bring everyone together. Like a lot of my old school players still only function on the realms. Like they won't do anything on Facebook.
But they still use their MySpace account.
No, he doesn't have social media.
My bad.
He'll have his realms.
Yeah. Let's see. There's Wizard World tournaments and early champs, death and return of clicks, creation of rock and early events. I mean, we can almost go in order on these. You know what I mean?
Okay, Wizard World tournaments.
Like chronological order.
So the first one ever, and this is what I always say, Steven Plasko.
Yes.
That guy's the first ever Marvel.
Philly, right? Was it Philly?
Philly. Wizard World Philly 02. He played double Fire Lord, double Experienced Fire Lord with like Wasp, Vulture, or whatever. It was like a 4-figure team. They just blasted everybody. That was when you can action after taxi and you can flyers and carry flyers, all that shit.
So how many points was the builds back then?
200 points was the thing.
So figures from Infinity Challenge?
Yes. So Fire Lord is 81 points. So 2 of them is 162 points. And then you play 2 Vultures who are 15 points. And that puts you at 292.
Yeah.
And then you play like an 8-point criminal or whatever.
So.
And then that's your team.
But like, and then so like for me, so my first experience with Wizard World was 2005. Carmel took me. It was my birthday, and he had gone the year before and got the Unleashed stuff before it came out.
Yeah,
I think. And then the next year we went and Legacy had just come out, and so yeah, dude, Wizard World was wild, man. It was like. It was such a show. It was crazy. So like the first day is 600 point battle for Dark Phoenix, right? So it's like 600 points, Marvel only, and then the battlefield conditions had just come out. So then each round, the judge was coming and putting a random battlefield condition on the table, and he had to play it. So like, so you'd be like earthquake, right? So it's like you roll a dice, and whatever you roll, damage, and just shit like that. And then the second day is like sealed, right? And then the sealed was the qualifier to get to the third day, which is 300 point constructed, and it's just like fucking bizarre, dude. And
it's a lot of clicks.
It's a lot of different games, right? And then, but you also had to, like, you wanted to get, so Dark Phoenix was the convention figure, right? So you wanted to get Dark Phoenix, but you had to, because someone got trampled for Galactus, so then they had to change it the next year. So they did like a raffle format. God, right? So then they're like, okay, here's your story after. Here's your raffle ticket, whatever. And then and so if we call your number, you'll have the opportunity to go buy Dark Phoenix. Okay, that's how this worked. I'm like, okay. So then they're calling numbers, and we're playing in the battle for Dark Phoenix, right? And they're like, please don't leave to go get your Dark Phoenix, because you'll still be able to buy it, right? I end up going 6-0 and getting second place. 6-0, second place, and I don't get anything.
It's trash.
No prize, nothing.
Dude,
and
that's so.
And I challenged the guy that got first. I was like, I'll play you for it, and he was like, no.
Yeah, was like,
so then I'm like,
it was only, you guys actually went 6 rounds. That's pretty good.
Yeah, because there was a shitload of players.
So in 04, Wizard World LA 04, that was the first year they did Galactus. Right. Okay. Hey, buddy.
So what?
You're supposed to be in bed anyway.
So you can wait in line to buy it, right? But they only allotted 50 per day. But what they didn't tell us was that they were letting the exhibitors inside buy it.
Yeah.
So by the time you got in, they only had like 10. So then you're like, but we're in line. We're like, we're the first 20 people. We should get one. We get in. We're like, we don't have it. Like, okay, it's weird. How? And like, we're sold out. The next day, Saturday, we wait early in the morning. Same thing happened. We're like, dude, what's going on? So people started to like, okay, what's going on? So then Sunday morning, we get there at 5 a.m. We're literally, me and Billy are like 9th and 10th in line. We go in, only like the first 3 people got it, and they're like, we're sorry, we're out. We're like, dude, everybody was starting to throw a fit because the line was long. And then they said, okay, we're sorry, but we made a mistake. And then we found out because they let the exhibitors buy it. So they were all buying it and flipping it. They said, okay, we kept one. We're going to have a 500-point sealed of Infinity Challenge at 11 a.m. So they were like, okay, well, dude, okay, so we already waited that long, so we waited in line. We paid the money to get the boosters, and there was 107 people for that 11 o'clock tournament. And they go, because the hall is going to close, we can only play for so long. So they only went 3 rounds.
Oh my god.
107 people. Stupid. And only first place gets a prize. No one else gets anything else.
Yeah.
And this was the time.
Victory points.
Did they still do the survival points?
Yeah, survival points.
Survival points.
Yeah. So I happened, and they had the old energy explosion rules where you can enhance it.
Yeah, enhance it. Yep. That's what I lost.
I had a busted ass Ultron, Shield guy, Doctor Strange team.
Yeah.
And I just ransacked everybody, and I barely lost anything. So I had the next highest points was like 200 points below or 300 points below me. Yeah. And I was number 1 after 3 rounds. So I was like, well, good thing we're done. And so I got the Galactus, but everyone was pissed. They were so mad because they're like, I'm 3-0. How can I not get anything?
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, that's
boosters.
Fucking up.
So for me, then I'm like, okay. So I go the next day to buy my Dark Phoenix, and they're like, well, that was. So the thing is, you had to buy like a certain amount of stuff, and the more stuff you bought, you unlocked the ability to buy stuff, right? so yeah, for real, dude. And so I'm like, okay, what do I have? I just want Nova and
some
Dark
scammy
Phoenix.
porn site or something.
All I care about.
I know,
yeah,
right?
Dude.
It's a pyramid.
So I buy my stuff, right? And they're like, oh no, this is to get your Nova. If you want Dark Phoenix, you have to spend it again because that's yesterday's ticket.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, dude, and people lost their fucking shit because they told us, don't leave the tournament. You'll still be able to get your Dark Phoenix.
Yeah.
You know what?
There was the extra. Yeah.
At least you guys had the opportunity to even buy it.
No, that's true. But it was
we fucking got blindsided.
Yeah, dude, this was. That's how it was with the black and white batteries for me at Gen Con. Oh, yeah, yeah. So then it's like, that was crazy. Dude, I had a guy flip out on me, because my team for the Dark Phoenix thing was Veteran Storm, Ultimate Thor, LE Invisible Woman,
Veteran Storm from Days
Explosion.
Danger, okay,
Explosion. No, 52 points. And then I had like paramedic, the normal shit, and I killed this guy's he's playing all dominant, like 6 dominoes or something like that, right? And then he goes, I kill some stuff, and then I go back to heal, and he fucking loses his mind. Are you fucking kidding me? You're already winning, and you're going back to heal? I'm like, well, yeah, I get points if I don't die.
Dude, this was also back then, Jeff. The strategy back then was always have a healer.
Yeah.
Because you have survival points.
Or the survival points, yeah.
So, like, you might as well, you kill something, you run back and you heal. Oh, God. And I remember if they had, like, a 9 attack, it was like, they were like, gold. They're like, oh, my God, this is the best piece in the game. Because all the healers back then were, like, 7 or 8 attacks. Ugh. So they had, like, a 9 attack or 10. Oh, shit, I'm playing this guy.
It's like having a 12 attack
and then the Jane Foster LE was, like, super expensive. Because she had willpower.
She had willpower, and she was only 16 points, I think.
Yeah.
But she had an 8 attack, which was amazing, and she had willpower, so she can push. Oh, my God.
Yeah, because you had, like, a 12 defense also, like, once you got hit.
When you got hit,
your defense was, like, 12.
No.
Oh, jeez. That's right. All those low numbers, yeah.
Fire Lord, on the last click, is like a 7 defense.
Well, it depends which one. I think the veteran is an 8.
The 81.1 is the one in the middle.
That's experience. Yeah.
That's usually what they play, though, because he's 81.
Yeah. 81. Where's 97, I think, is
97. But yeah, because that one you can fit all of them in on that team. Yeah. But 8, 9, 10 defense.
The best part about Wizard World for me was, so you go, right, and you get this stuff just for showing up, right? So you got like your bag of goodies, and I remember like I got like the Farzoof LE and Little Sure Shot a couple times when I went.
Farzoof's the Parademon Scout, I think.
Yeah. And then when you went,
Sure Shot's the medic, not the medic. He's the soldier. That is the 10 range. He's like 10 points.
Yeah, two bolts, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe one.
He looked like one of those like the Green Men Army guys, you know.
It's like 19 points though.
Okay.
And then you sit down to play, right? And you sit down to play, and then like Hareton, who Pat just bought his collection, was a judge, and he's like, all right, everybody, it's time to swag the hall. And everybody starts going crazy. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on because I'm new. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then they just go through and start dropping Kingdom Come boxed purple rings on the table.
Love it.
And yeah, so like I got Hawkman and Green Lantern. Beautiful. And then I remember I traded my purple ring Kingdom Come Green Lantern for someone's regular one because you couldn't play the purple ones in tournaments. And so I'm like, fuck it, dude. I'm like, well, fuck it, dude. Here, I don't care.
Yeah, it's so stupid to have. Here's this thing and you can't play it. What? No, why are you giving it to me?
Yeah. Can I get one I can play?
I think I still have the purple ring Hawkman.
Nice.
One of the. So I think one of the things is we should talk about the actual winners of some of them because I think this is big.
So Roland won that one that I went to. He was the winner that year.
So back then the WizKids headquarters was in Seattle.
Yeah.
So they were all over the West Coast. So if Kubla Khan up there, WonderCon up there, San Diego Comic Con, all the Wizard World LA, they were all up and down. So you got to see them all the time, which means it brought a lot of the top players in the region. So which is why Roland. He said Roland won that one, right?
Roland won that one.
So Roland Wellington's like one of the top OG guys. He doesn't really play that much now, but when he does play, he's still really
getting back into it, man.
Yeah. And Alan Mason, you know, Alan, he was the guy.
He won in 2006, I think.
But like I was telling Jeff, he was like the guy back then. He was the guy that the boogeyman, dude. He was the guy that everybody wanted to try to beat because he was like the best player.
So my friend went, I think 2006 or 2007. He went and he played the Vet Icon Superman with the Lazarus Pit and a bunch of bystanders. He got 5th. And Rob Barzal won that one.
I was going to mention him, yeah. And that was in what, 06, 07, you said?
So one or the other, yeah. In LA, right? And Rob
Barzal, Canada. Yes. He's from British Columbia, Canada, up there. And he is a top guy. He is the guy that Aaron beat in the finals of the 2015 regional. The one where you won with the Super Scroll and Brother. We have a video of that too, so anybody want to watch? I think I showed Zach.
Zach watched it. He told me, and I was like, "Dude, that game was."
We have it.
That game
Rob
was crazy.
Is one of the top guys. Like, remember when we had to play them in the team with me?
I played Patricia.
And I was like, well, I have to play Rob.
Yeah. Well, I had to play Patricia. Like, what the fuck?
It's Rob, man.
And she was always there too back then.
Yeah,
she was always there too.
We ended up winning that because it was 1-1, and then it came down to me and Rob.
Yeah,
and I was running. Right? I was running away because I was up on points, and I was like on the last click, and he had less. I just couldn't. But I ended up winning because time was called, and he couldn't catch me. So thank God.
It was like that's why I won that one. It was bad too because I think I stomped Patricia pretty bad because I did not miss any leaderships with Lex because I'm double Lex, right?
Yeah.
And then Clay got stomped because he just played Ultraman.
Yeah.
So then it was like,
I was like, oh my God, it's really up to me.
So I look at Pat and I'm like,
shit,
need to win.
I know. I was like, oh well, thanks. I'm like, okay, well, Lex is on the second to last click, and I have 2 guys on the last click.
Yeah.
So it came down to me
over here.
It came down to me like getting breakaway rolls every time when I needed it to get away from him. So he couldn't, because I don't have willpower. So he can just push to his willpower and try to kill me.
Yeah.
It's like I need to get a breakaway, and then I have to fade an attack.
Yeah.
And then so that's what it was, and I ended up, and then luckily time was called. I was like, oh my God, and then we ended up. It was so close, man, because he only had Lex left, and I had like Killer Frost and like some low dinky guy.
Yeah. And so going back to the Wizard World, other like Scott debuted the Lamp team.
Did he come out to the West?
Yes.
Right? He did?
Yes, him and Ed.
Nice.
I played it's funny too because I remember my first interaction with Scott was
did he have a hat back then?
Yes, he did. He asked if anybody wanted to play practice games for the Top Cut, right? But he only wanted to play with people who made Top Cut. Right? And
sure.
So it's funny because like I was like, well, I didn't make it this year, but I was like this close. I was like, I'm 17, right? Out of top 16. I'm like, if you want to play, I'll play. I brought my team. And he played Lightning Lad and a bunch of stuff, but he had like 1 million protecteds. Like, and if you remember, Pat, that was like a $50 feat card or something like that. It was
it was that and Fortitude.
Because it was, but Fortitude you could pull. Protected you had to get from the Hulk, the Planet Hulk event.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't play back then, so that's why it was so much. Because I was like, why?
It did re-release in Armor Wars, but before that it wasn't. And so then I was like, fuck, man.
You know what Protected does, Jeff?
No.
Okay, so Protected is
Fiend on the Realms.
Yeah. Just type in Protected.
Just type in Protected.
And then just look for the feat, and then
while you do that, I'll tell my story. And so I
monsters mutations.
Yeah, I play Ed. I play Ed, and I played Ed for fun too. And he was playing Rookie Shazam,
Jesus.
experienced question, and the Warbound feat. So
what's that one?
Warbound is if Shazam takes an action, you give the action token to question.
Oh, that's the one. Okay, it's like the Edward Nygma one.
So yeah, it's just basically ignoring damage, right?
Dude, it's gross. Yeah, read it. So for those who don't know.
All right, so choose a character. Optional. If the character does not already have 2 action tokens on it, damage dealt to the character as a result of a single action is ignored. After that action is resolved, give the character an action token and remove this feat from the game.
So you scored the 8 points, but you did no damage.
Yeah. If the character already has 1 action token on it, give a second action token dealing pushing damage normally.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so to avoid death for 8 points, that's
because he's playing Lamp, because he's playing the poison one and armor piercing, it doesn't matter if he has tokens, no?
Yeah, that wasn't on that wasn't the Lamp team. This was later. That was that he was playing Lightning Lad and some other crazy shit. And then but the Warbound is another one. So it's like basically
that's a good one.
Yeah, you if they share a keyword, right? You Warbound them, and then so you can, when one of them would take an action, you can
just give it to another. You just give it to that guy.
So then Shazam, being a hypersonic beat stick, carries around Question, who's like stealth and stuff, and so he's hitting and giving the token to Question. So he's attacking every turn with Shazam.
Is he activating him? Is he just wasting a turn activating him, or what?
Yeah, maybe phone booth, but I don't think so.
No, phone booth wasn't legal yet.
No,
that wasn't until Justice League set.
I think you're just pushing him.
Oh, you know what?
Oh no, you Warbound him. You Warbound him. The first turn.
If this was in 07, Justice League was legal.
Yeah, it was Justice League because he was playing Lightning Lad, or whatever his name was, 70-point guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it was that cusp. It was that first where you could play cards and not cards.
Oh yeah, then definitely phone booth. Oh hell yeah, that's stupid. Yeah. Because then Shazam is dumb.
And 0 points. And then, well, you know what's funny? What actually won that tournament was it was Nick Fury. I think it was Nick Fury, Mystique, and 3 Rookie Green Flames. Like a spy theme team. It was so dumb.
Nick Fury from.
It's like 100 points.
Wait, from Secret Invasion?
No, not that one. No, it's 90 points. Fuck, man.
From Clobbering Time? No way.
It's older.
Oh, I know you're talking the Sinister one.
Yes.
Black Series.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that one. Oh yeah,
it was him. It was like him, Mystique, 3 Rookie Green Flames, and some other just a shitload of feat cards, I think.
So like the main guys it was Scott, Rob, Alan, Roland.
George.
Those were like
George.
Did George come out?
Oh yeah.
Wait, when did he win? I don't remember
George.
winning. I don't think he won.
I don't think he won though. I don't think he won.
But I'm saying the 4 guys that were winning.
Oh yeah.
The events, those are the guys, because those are the guys that I didn't know George until he won with on 2010 when he first immunity'd Alan Mason.
Yeah, it's funny.
But I didn't know that until.
Yeah,
those are the 4 guys. Those are the 4 names. Yeah.
Dang,
dude. Plasco too, because I think what Scott was telling me was Plasco won the first ever indie. One, though. He won the first ever indie. It was the first and only indie championship.
Yeah.
There was another name you told me about, Joe. Joe O'Brien?
Yeah, yes. But no, I'm talking about the guys that. Well, that's just the local guy, but the guys that.
Okay. I thought you said that he won he won a bunch, but 2.
Well, he did, but not those.
Not like Alan.
Was Nat's cousin's name?
Better than Alan.
Twan.
Yeah. Twan's another one too.
Dude, I've heard about him a lot.
Twan was good, but he never won.
Yeah, that's why
no more either.
But they all played together though. That's insane.
Twan got DQ'd. So funny. He got DQ'd. He played Spectre from Crisis with Dr. Midnight. Dr. Midnight, right, as a theme team. Okay. But he put Lucky Break on Spectre, and you have to have a foot symbol, and they fucking DQ'd him. They wouldn't just let him switch it to Spectre.
Yeah, this is back then when there was no like warning or change it.
And he was like 3. He was like 3-0, dude.
You're just gone.
Yeah, he was like 3-0. Oh my god.
I was like, I've never heard anyone getting DQ'd.
Dude. Wait, oh my god. When I tell you
that's later. That's later. That's later.
Tell you about later. Like we could another time.
There.
There's a 2013. There's the 2013 World. You'll see when I tell you about that. You'll see how crazy things got.
DQ half the table.
Where Howard really like set his foot down. And was like, "Fuck this." Just went over there. Then they had to like renege everything.
Is there any? How many Wizard Worlds have you been to? Did you play in?
I only played in that one because
I played.
So the Wizard World I went to didn't have the regional championships. It was just a convention that WizKids was going to.
Yeah.
And they had side events. But like the championships I didn't go. Because I was playing Versus at the time.
Okay.
So,
I did was it Dark Phoenix, Fin Fang Foom. There was another. I think I went 3 times.
Nice.
It's fun, man. A lot of fun. I met a lot of people there that probably don't even remember meeting me. Like I said, I don't think Scott like remembers ever meeting me. Like
it happens.
Yeah, it's Scott.
So, we can end it there. We can just talk about the rest. We can save these for next time because there's a lot of stuff to go over.
Yeah, I'm like we could have like another.
Because when he's talking about like World tournaments and early champs, like oh my god, that's like a whole episode. That's like a lot of people.
It's like 4 episodes.
If there is a thread where they have champions listed from all the.
I saw it earlier.
You should try to look it up, Jeff. It's on Realms.
Yeah, you guys tag me in that or send me the link.
It should be on there somewhere. And then you could see all the winners. I think you just search for it on Realms, I think, like, just put like Wizard World champions, and then there should be like a list of champions. There should be a thread or something.
So one thing too about Wizard World is if you won, you got the Masterpiece figure.
Ooh. Yeah. How many did they do of that?
I'm not sure. I know Roland got Loki. I think
I thought. Who did the Batman then?
I don't remember.
Because that's the one that you wanted.
I don't know if that was a championship figure. No, that wasn't. That was you pulled that one. You had to pull that one.
Oh really?
I don't know. Yeah. Because I think it was like you pick a figure from the most recent set and they make one for you, like a masterpiece, or something like that. Because I pulled Batman. That's why I want is the one that you got from Carmel. I actually pulled and sold to him.
Oh, okay.
So I wanted it back.
Yeah, I can't find the list, but I'll look for it.
Yeah,
we'll find it. But yeah, it's fun, man. It's wild just thinking about how long I've been playing the game now. I've been playing the game for nearly half my life.
Yeah, you guys are talking about like 2005, 2006. I'm like,
it's like way back.
No, like I wouldn't even. If I was introduced to the game back then, I probably wouldn't have been interested in it. I was completely just different place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
That's how things go, man.
Yeah, no, it's cool though. No, it's a trip.
Here we go.
Oh, Pat found it.
Let me send it to you, Jeff. I think this is it.
So, yeah, one thing too though about like Wizard World is like it did influence other stuff like WonderCon, right? Like you've played at WonderCon. Pat and I actually play I think the same event at WonderCon, 2008 maybe.
I want to list the teams too.
When did you beat Alan? When did you beat Alan at WonderCon?
You were there?
Yeah, bro, I was watching.
Really?
Yeah, I lost to.
Dude, this is funny. This is funny because now this is like you just mentioned. People don't remember meeting me, and this is like one of those. Like I don't even remember you were there.
I you know what's funny is I remember I'm like.
Yeah, I beat Joe in the finals. I was playing a martial artist team.
I was like, fucking Pat has counted this, and I didn't know you, but like in my head, I'm like, this fucking guy has counted Nightcrawler Square 3 times. He knows how far he can go.
I gotta make sure, man.
No, you do. You really do, man. Especially back then, they didn't have the grid, the numbers and stuff on the side.
Yeah, that was for $1,000 for first place.
Yeah, it was.
So I was like, I gotta make sure I do this right.
I played what's his face, and I lost to Nick Bentley in top 8.
Oh, did I tell you? So Joe Bryan, he played the Metron team, right? He played. It was like Metron, Gene, and it was Metron, Gene, and Sargon. He goes,
yes.
So we get the break, and he says,
"Oh, I was thinking it was Alan, but you're right. It was.
So,
it
yeah,
was
I was
Joe.
playing. So he says,
Joe.
So we go on the break, and he says, and I ask him, dude, you want to split?
He was shaking, dude. I remember that specifically. He was shaking.
And then he says, yeah, let's split. I'm like, okay, cool. Let's just do 50-50. He's like, no, because I think I'll beat you. Let's do 70-30. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, all right, fine. And then after I beat him, he goes, I should have took the 50-50. I'm like, yep, you should have. Because, fucker, your hubris.
That was a close game, though. It was a close game.
I was
because the Sargon was sneaky.
I killed enough, and I just started running away. I was like, forget, I can't attack Metron. Yeah, you want to share that real quick, Jeff, so you see the winners?
Then we can sign off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we're done. But there, the first one is the Wizard World LA Roland one. Did he play Vet Black Adam, Vet Nightwing?
Yep, that was it.
That's the one, right?
Yep.
Very nice.
And then his masterpiece was Eminem Wolvie.
Oh, Wolvie. Okay, I was thinking
Wolvie. 05 was Joe Granai. Do you remember him? I don't know who that is.
No, I don't know that guy.
You talked about the team, though.
That's Wizard World East, though, so that's Philly.
Oh, okay. Ultimates Thor? Oh, shit. Oh, this is when they turned it to 300 points?
So, yeah, that was 300 points. So that team, the first time I topped, so the same event that Roland won, I played, it was Ultimates Thor. It was, I was playing fucking Mandrake Armor and Veteran Bullseye. So that was my team.
Ooh, Veteran Bullseye, I love that piece.
Yeah, and I lost to L.E. Arwin with the enhancement, with a bunch of human, and I didn't know you can enhance energy explosion. Remember, I was still new.
Yeah,
I was actually still really new to the game. So I learned. I didn't even know you could use special objects. Yeah, I'd only been playing about a year.
What's WWC?
Central?
Coast. No, Coast.
Aaron Mouth. Oh, here we go. Here comes the feats. Trick shots. Yeah. Oh boy.
Oh no. Roland
with Oracle.
Roland had feats. Go up. It's not on there, but he had in contact with Oracle on his team.
Oh, they didn't. Okay, yeah. They didn't list it. Here they did. Here in contact with Oracle. Oh Jesus.
Matt Esbrook.
Yeah.
Oh, there he won.
Lockjaw for days. Oh my god.
Vet Superman. Oh, this is when Hypersonic was not half range, by the way.
Right,
it was full range.
Right. And so you played Lazarus Pit, right? And see, the thing is with the Lockjaws is they have long dials, and then the Leon Harpers. So Lazarus Pit lets him go on top of his. When he would get knocked out, he goes to his dial and slowly starts to heal on the card, and then he comes back into the game. So you have to kill everything on the board before Superman comes back, and it's hard.
So it's kind of like
look at these two teams. Chase. They each have the Aaron had 4 Lockjaws and Matt has 3 Lockjaws. Yeah. Jesus.
And Lockjaw was a transporter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there we go. Rob Barazal, Black Adam, Nanobots. I remember that. Jesus.
Yep. And I was
so
there
that
for
one,
that
Jeff,
one
was you remove an object and then you heal 2. Freaking
so good.
But you had to have 2 damage or less, though.
Right.
Okay. Well, back then, I'm sure that wasn't that hard.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't. I mean, by the time Black Adam heals, he's gonna be damage.
But
like these. If I remember correctly, these older clicks, like you get like top dial is
good,
you get hit,
then
you get hit, and then it's like shit.
Like 3 clicks, you're at 2 damage.
People would play with like KC Flash though, because he only has 2 damage.
Yeah.
But then there was no rule of 3, so you could just perplex the shit out of stuff.
Here we go, Scott Crampton with the first
Iron Fist. Jean-Marie Bouvier.
Oh my god, that's an LE. Contact Oracle. Let's protect it. Jesus.
Cool.
Paramedic Oracle. See, these have paramedics too. They all have paramedics.
Yeah.
John Pauly, 06. Vet Ghost Rider and Contact Oracle. Corey Taylor was
Black Knight. Black Knight was a transporter.
Yeah.
And so was Ghost Rider. So the transporters basically had hypersonic speed.
Here we go. There's the Flash you're talking about. Flash nanobots right there. Corey Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And then Corey Taylor again. Oh wow. Oh, he was Wizard World LA. Oh, he did. That was Wizard World Texas. Wizard World LA. Whoa, this guy. I gotta see who this guy is.
There's Scott.
There's Scott again. Oh yeah, you're right. There's George.
Yep.
Man of Steel.
George, Man of Steel, 200. Of course, still playing that.
And then of course you got the Black Adam.
Yeah.
And then Gen
There
Con.
it is. Look, Rob. Fucking Rob. I told you.
Yeah. He was already. He was up there above.
Oh, but look at the team.
3 Green Flame.
Oh, this is the one.
Soldier. Yeah, or Bronze Tiger, not Mystique. Yeah.
Jesus.
So cool.
Very cool.
And then Ed won. Oh wait, Philly.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then Rob.
Robbie.
Dude, Rob won 3.
And then the man right here.
There you go.
And
the guy that ruined. He ruined the format for a year. That stupid Nightcrawler. Oh god, that was. Do you know they retired it? They retired it early 1 year because it was so egregious.
We'll see what happens with some of our new pieces that come out.
Oh, I know, right?
So fun.
So that was it, yeah. So I wonder how far. Oh, it only stops at 2010. Okay.
Yeah.
But this is good. It's good to see all these. Wow, I didn't realize that Rob was 3. That's impressive.
Yeah, no, Rob. I'm telling you, man, Rob was the guy.
He won more than Scott, dude. Scott won 2.
Yeah.
Dude, Rob won 3. Okay.
Rob was the guy to beat when I was playing.
Revisionist history. Here we come. Because I always thought Scott was Rob. I have always heard of Rob because he was West Coast guy.
Mm-hmm.
I only heard of Scott later on because he's, I don't know, maybe it's just Realms. But then when I went to Dragon Con, everybody was like, "Oh, it's Scott. Scott's the guy."
Yeah.
And then Billy beat him, and they got really sassy with each other. Really,
Billy. Billy has that effect on people.
Yeah, and then but it was bad because Billy was winning, so of course Billy's gonna get the better of that exchange.
Yeah, exactly.
And Billy just went. He's like laid in, just kind of like, yeah. So what are you gonna do? Well, okay. Well, I guess you can't do it. You're like, oh Jesus.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
But you know what? Turnabout's fair play because Scott plays that kind of way.
And that's why Billy was doing it because he's like, oh, you're gonna be like this guy. I'm gonna be like this too. Yeah. But Billy does it
just
way like when he does it, it just like gets.
Like, my history with Billy,
yeah.
All right.
He gets ramped up, dude. So.
But me and Billy made up. We're good.
Oh yeah, of course. I remember when you came in. It was WonderCon, and you came and sat down. Remember?
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, Billy, dude, didn't you see he's changed? You're like, look, so just give him a chance and talk to him.
Yeah.
And
that's too funny.
And I think one of the testing ones was when he's like, dude, he's gonna get mad because I'm gonna have to DQ him because you played an illegal build.
Yeah.
And you're like, whatever. And he's like, what? It's like, yeah, dude, I told you, he's not like that anymore.
Yeah.
Dude, Aaron played an illegal build. What did you play that wasn't legal? It was a piece, and then you're like, all right, whatever, I'm DQ'd.
I realized that halfway through the game with Kevin. I played Kevin first round. And then I was like, fuck.
Yeah, it's like...
we finished our game. We finished our game anyways, and then...
That's not legal, or like, that's too old or whatever.
Yeah, something
I think it was modern, right? And then it was like, oh, that's too far back.
Yeah. And then I was like, whatever.
Yeah, it was like...
So I think I'm the one that learned. I was like, hey, my build's illegal.
Yeah, and then he's like, dude, I have to DQ him. I'm like, yeah, I mean, you have to.
I was like,
yeah,
okay.
Sorry. Good game.
Really thought I was like, oh, he's gonna blow up. No, he didn't.
And it's not like an easy fix.
Yeah.
Where you sign to the other character.
This was also back then when you couldn't just give them a game loss and go to the next round. You had to DQ them. That was like the policy.
Yeah, dang, that's hardcore.
Really? So if you messed up your list and you submitted it,
if you wrote the wrong set number,
one strike, you're out. That's how it was. That's why they made you fill out 2 sheets, and they called it your math buddy.
Yeah,
you had to get that's how I met Will, Aaron. I met Will Gordon he was my math buddy.
Yeah. So you sit across from the guy, right? And then they check off your sheet. And if it's wrong, you're both disqualified.
You're both disqualified.
Oh my god.
Dude, I was like, this isn't the fucking military, dude. But
and then it feels like round. I think. Oh, I mean, this is the whole story.
This is the one, right? Yes.
If it's like round 3, and then everybody else that had also signed off on it was gonna get DQ'd.
So it's a domino that falls backwards, Jeff. Imagine that.
And then what's fucked up is like, so like Clay played the guy with the cheating dice. Do you remember?
Yes. Yeah.
Where he hid the dice in his lap or whatever. And Clay lost to him because he cheated, straight up.
Obviously,
cheated. Yeah. But they don't go back and give you the win
because it was signed off.
Even though
we're like, hey, but the guy was cheating with the dice. Well, I mean, sorry, you didn't catch it, and it's signed off as a win. Sorry, all we can do is he's DQ'd. That's it. Like, what? What about all the previous shit? Sorry.
That's why.
What about everyone he fucked over?
That's why Clay won't play competitive modern.
Yeah. And this was round. I want to say round 3. It was the guy was caught. He caught it in round. He was caught in round 3.
Uh-huh.
So the 2 rounds before, yeah. But the crazy thing was if
at least he was caught.
If something was caught in round 4 or 3, everyone that signed off gets DQ.
That's 2013, right?
Yeah. So let me tell you what a lot of people did, because people didn't want to do this, and I know this because this happened to me when I played one of my guy. He saw a discrepancy on mine, and I saw a discrepancy on his list. And this is round 4, and we go, "You want to just play? Yeah, let's just play. Fuck, we don't want to. Like, dude, he's like, everyone else before us it's gonna be so bad. Yeah. So like, look, let's just play and just fucking forget about it. And
that's what nothing.
Yeah, that's what
These
it was.
These are not the discrepancies you're looking for.
If we have to report it, then everyone else before us had to get DQ'd too. So like, no.
Dude, that could be half the tournament.
How bad is that system, right? It's a terrible.
It's dysfunctional.
Yeah.
Because cheating.
I know
cheating goes that far down.
That happened to numerous people because they were like, "Hey, look, let's just not fucking. Let's just."
2000, what the fuck? 17, I think at Origins, I misplaced my Nightwing Ellie. I could not find it. I had the card, had the ID card, everything. Could not find it. It's round 1, and I realized when I set up, I can't fucking find it, and I'm like, hey, dude, I'm just gonna leave my ID stuff, my characters here because it's a lot of shit on the table.
You're like, I just never gonna call it in,
and I never called it in. And then afterwards, I'm like,
it was in your bag.
Yeah, I borrowed one, and then the guy I played heard me. I won't say who it is, but he's a well-known person. I heard me ask somebody to borrow theirs, and then he's like, "Did you not have it when we played?" I go, "Oh no, I had it, but I never called it in."
Right, off camera, you have to tell me because I know you told me this. You told me the story,
but I won. The story, and he didn't care until after I won.
Yeah.
And
you told me the story. I remember.
Yeah, that. and then I was like, "No, bro, I just found it in my bag right now. Like
nothing, dude. Go away."
Oh, that's fucking funny. All right, well, I think we went long enough.
Yeah, I appreciate the stories, guys. That was very entertaining.
We do more the other stuff. We have more topics, but I will put up. You know what I'm going to basically do is I'm going to look at how Steve, because Steve did a really good job of how they did their comical thing, and I'm just going to basically
cut and paste
almost, and I'm going to make some changes because instead of a week, we're going to do 5 days, and then we're going to group it in by region, shit like that, and maybe that means you could play too, Aaron.
Yeah, actually, we could probably split them up into 4 regions in the country and just have them.
So that means you could play
with
those guys, so it'd be easier. And then,
or if you want to take on them East Coasters,
want it? Would you prefer it to be regular bronze or limited?
Me? Mm-hmm. I don't care. Either way.
Because that's basically the only thing. But I guess Jeff, if they're gonna do all on their own, then we don't have to worry about it. We could just make it.
This is true.
Because the thing was, we were going to make it a cap at 32, and we were going to do all the teams like we do now.
Mm-hmm.
But then, that's why we're going to do it limited, so it's easy. But if they're going to all do it, then... Yeah.
Well, I don't like setting up, so I'd say limited.
Only thing is if we're letting them just go at it, like the rulings with the Bronze Age stuff, tends to need a little more attentiveness.
You just gotta be available.
Yeah, we'll like me, you, Adam, Peach. We'll make it so that we're all available. So they can
that's the only concern that I would have towards one or the other.
So then maybe to make it easier, limited might be the best because there's no constructs and shit.
Yeah.
So there'll be less questions about it. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be the only thing is that there'll be less questions with limited, or the limited questions tend to be much easier resolved.
You know what? I also think I'm also leaning towards limited right now is because that's the format that everybody's playing right now. We get 16 every Sunday. So,
yeah.
And it's a little closer to what modern is right
now. Yeah.
Or going to be officially, I guess.
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I just want to see that bitch Black Widow causes all these problems, so we might have to we'll see. We have a week we have a month to find out. But, all right. Well, I guess Aaron, thanks for coming on. We'll do it again for sure.
Yeah, it's fun.
And we're jealous because you have a cool background we don't.
I know. I'm gonna work on that.
Well, yeah, you guys gotta figure that out.
We'll work on that.
May 18th,
cool background.
Alliance is reopening. May 18th, Alliance is reopening. May 27th, they're shipping out Justice League.
So drive to Visalia. Is what you're telling me.
Support local. Don't go to Target and buy Black Widow, you asshole.
I know. What a jerk.
God, how do you live with yourself? How do you sleep at night?
Dude, I was there trying to get Mother's Day stuff.
How dare you?
And then,
shit.
Cool. All right, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks. Until next time, guys. When in doubt, perplex the attack.
Don't forget to practice rolling your dice, guys. Take it easy.
And then, of course, you got to say,
remember, the real fun begins when you're 2 clicks from KO.
Cool. See you guys.
Bye, guys.
Shake it, Cali.